Hello. Enjoying your snack over there? You're muted. We can't hear you.
I know I was chewing.
Okay. I was gonna say if you're trying to talk to us, we can't hear you. Enjoy your snack. Is it good? What are you doing? Snack time? Are we playing charades over here? Because then we can't hear you, and it's all bad.
2 words, it's a movie.
Right?
Or still chewing.
2 words.
Cheese
it's
hands.
a movie.
I ripped the bag open savagely. Look, they went everywhere in the kitchen. They're on the ground, everything.
Oh,
You want some
no.
Doritos? Yeah.
Oh,
I had
no.
the last handful, though, just now, which was my first handful.
Well, that's not good.
How's my whole hand orange?
I don't know.
Son of a gun. I need to look in the light.
Oh, no. Orange hands.
Hold on.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. Yeah, first I needed a handprint right there.
Oh, no.
Just checking.
Dorito
Cheesy
hands.
You weirdos. We're in left field already, huh?
Oh, I think so.
We'll drop
Well,
one.
it's Saturday. Don't we usually start out in left field?
I've been in left field all day. I've been at 2 baseball games already since this morning.
Oh, how'd that go?
We lost badly. Both
Oh,
games.
no.
Well, I didn't lose at all. My kid did, which I already taught him
Aw.
to be a good loser so he could be a great winner. So we're good.
Right. That still sucks, though.
You know what sucks? That chip right there.
Oh, go. Chip stuck in your teeth? That's not
And you wonder
good.
why I was muted.
I know, right? See what happens. See what happens, right? You know what Grady says? Grady said, "Did you hear what I said?"
He said, "Did you hear what I said?"
That's
That's what he does
said.
say. That's what
He
says.
says it a lot. Did you hear
And,
what
then,
I
and he
said?
goes like this: "If you can't hear what I said, can you read what I said?"
Exactly. Oh, there we go.
I knew I forgot to pay that bill.
Oops.
You know what you do with those? You just turn them on, put them on the bottom, go away like that. Boom. And then you eat the crumbs off the top of the paper.
Oh, is that how that works?
And then you mute again.
Yeah, that's how that works, isn't it? Totally works every time. And now everybody's just going to laugh at us, right?
Well, you always sit there with the tongue, right? And you're like thinking you can get it and you can just go brush real quick.
Right. I know.
I'll do that for 30 minutes trying to get it and be like, "Ow, why is my jaw sore?"
I know.
Oh, that chip came out of Ernie's ear and went into my mouth.
Oh, God. That's not good.
I thought I was muted. You heard what I said. You heard what I said, didn't you?
We did. We heard what you said.
Well, then I need a bong whip.
Just one. Just one.
Can we just Grady doesn't mind bong rips. Is weed legal in Florida? Radio gods, excuse me.
I think so. Pretty sure it is.
I'm gonna go to Florida first before Tennessee. I know. I kind of like you better, Lisa, but I gotta go and say hi to her first because I'm gonna get really stoned there.
Oh, okay. I get
radio.
it. I totally get it.
And she don't like me anyway. You know that. Well, not like that. She likes me, but not like that.
I totally get it. It's okay.
Although I would be that one that she gets to choose. I don't know if they get to do that. You get the choice like a movie star, but a non infamous YouTuber. Is there one of those one time? No. Okay.
Oh no, none of that.
Oh,
Radio
LOL.
God says only medical. Okay, well,
I'll tell you what. She's gonna need medical if she's got like a 19-inch dude climbing up her leg, and she does have a 19-inch friend. And I'm not talking about any crazy toys. I'm talking about an actual living person. What's his name?
No.
Yeah, no. You remember the little guy that used to run around trying to have sex with her all the time?
I remember, but I don't know. I don't know.
I can't remember his name. It's a real dude, though. He's like 19 inches tall. That's what we need to get him on the show.
Right.
That'll break some numbers right there.
Right.
Yes,
only
ma'am.
medical. Well, in that case, I have a lot of medical conditions. So it'll be
I'm starting to get glaucoma now if I go to Florida.
Right.
Oh, God, it hurts.
That's okay. I already have it. It's perfectly good.
It's in the eye, right? Oh, it hurts. Oh, it must be the cheese I got in my eye. My bad.
Oh, no.
Oh, I thought it was glaucoma. I feel a lot better now.
Cheese in your eye. That's not good.
It's just cheese, and they said no, it's called a Cheez-It.
Oh.
Can't call it. It's just cheese.
Oh, you can't?
Mm-mm. That damn Chip. I'm gonna go get my toothbrush and brush with my speaker on. Actually,
Right. Do a tutorial on how to brush your teeth, not with soap. Can we do
oh,
that?
I thought you added these CC in here. It's like I forgot you can change your color.
Oh yeah, you got all kind of different colors and options you can choose from.
Hey, isn't it funny how I make a video and I shoot it over to you and you could get the CC, it turns the CC on right for you?
I know, but whenever I do it, they're like, "Yeah, that's not happening."
Yeah.
I don't know why that happens to me. They don't love me. I don't know. Not feeling the love with the closed captions
Yeah,
lately.
I'm gonna take a bong whip. Dr. Miller, it's the weekend.
Just
It's the
one,
weekend.
just
It's the
one,
week. No, it's probably two. I'm not gonna lie. What he's gonna talk about today? You know,
right?
do you even know what he's gonna talk about today? I don't remember what he talked about. I didn't watch it.
I believe this is the major bust they did with the human trafficking.
Trafficking, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, it was a good one.
yeah, I
I've been
believe it
waiting to
is.
watch it. I've been waiting to watch it, and this is probably one of the biggest things that we have to look for. Also, in true crime, is it's not necessarily the missing, like every missing person goes on. There's indigenous women that are going through this all day long too. Like they need focus as well. If you guys don't know anything about the indigenous tribe people, like they need
Oh,
help.
definitely.
Uh-huh.
Definitely. I'm starting to see more and more of
I've
their
just started picking up more and
yeah,
more this past year, and I'm like, dude, we need to
yeah.
figure out a thing like once a week or something. We do Indigenous Day or something.
Yeah, I'm definitely
Yeah.
starting to see more and more of like the missing posters and things like that for the indigenous women. And it's so bad that, a lot of them don't get the coverage that they need.
They don't even know where to start. Plus, they're missing most of them.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they're missing, but I mean, even, their families can't really even get people to pay attention to them to even try to help.
Right.
It's sad that that happens. It's sad that mainstream media and as a society, people pick and choose who is important whenever it comes to missing people. Me personally, I don't think it matters. I don't care who it
It
is.
doesn't
All
matter if
people
it's
are
a missing
important.
person, an SA, or anything like that. All that you need to call it all out. You're not just can't
Exactly.
just pick and choose who you want to call out because it's better for you.
That's what I'm saying. Like, and we see it so much, though.
So many people have the blinders on in true crime. It's sad. Not gonna lie.
Really is.
Can't do anything about it though. It's either they want to be that way or man, I don't know. It's sad.
I mean, the only thing we can do is to do our part to make sure that we're covering as many as possible. We can't be responsible for everybody else. That's for
Yeah,
sure.
and we're responsible for you guys hitting the thumbs up too. So hit that thumbs up, please. Share this out. I
Exactly. People matter. That's fact. That's fact.
thought you just called me fat.
I said that's a fact.
Oh, thank God.
For being with us
Let's
today.
talk to Grady.
Once again, as
Share
you can
Grady.
see by the group of people we have here, the reason we're successful here is we work together and we like it. And as a result, our Operation Traffic Stop ended up with 213 arrests.
Saw that in the title.
But let me introduce some folks to you before we begin. We've got Sam Taylor, who is from the Lakeland Police Department, also with Captain Ty Thompson. The Auburndale Police Department will have Chief Terry Story. Haines City Police Department will have Deputy Chief Jay Hopwood. The Bartow Police Department will have Chief Brian Dorman. Winter Haven Police Department will have Captain Don Nunnery. Lake Wells Police Department will have Lieutenant Mike Smith. Devonport Police Department will have Chief Steve Parker. We also have our social service agencies, folks, and I want you to know that the mental health and behavioral health support that they receive immediately is so very important to this operation. We have Michaela Klein and Jody Domain. I always mess your name up, Jody. Domain. Marianne, Dr. Marianne Thomas, Canadian Parchment, Sarah Rockwell, Laura Swink, and they are from my name, my voice, One More Child, Heartland for Children, Child Protection Team, Sail of Freedom, and also DCF from the state of Florida participated. They're not here with us today, but they were there every day of the operation. So what occurred? This all started on February the 6th through the 12th, the run up to Super Bowl. We are doing a human trafficking operation.
Can you pause it, please?
As we do several times.
Before he goes any further, let me tell you how important like the Olympics and stuff is. Hey, TS, good to see you. Amusement parks aren't even as dangerous as like sporting events for trafficking. Those are huge trafficking events. It's every sporting event you can think of. So you need to be caught. Yeah. Be very cautious.
Anytime you have like
touched it at the same time. Oh,
right.
It's half mine now. Half mine now.
Thank you.
I touched it first. Chugga.
Thank you so much.
Oh yeah, huge. The Olympics, huge for trafficking.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Anytime you have an event where a large number of people are going to be gathering like that, it's going to be issues with things like that and increase in crime.
Big time. And that's what the next. I knew this was the next biggest thing to happen too. I knew we were going to have another bust here shortly. They're very strategic. It's every like 1 to 2 years they have one of these big busts. The last one was Bakersfield. It was like 200 people too. And I was right there when they closed down one of the motels, and I was looking for Orson West out in Bakersfield. Yeah. So like, I tell you what, did you hear what I said?
And they have a lot of this trafficking stuff that is going through Disney too. Every time they have one of these roundups, you see where there's Disney employees that are picked up in the middle of it.
Well, they have a jail at Disneyland for this reason. One of them.
So horrible. I mean, I don't know. You would think that a big corporation like Disney would screen their employees better for stuff like this.
What do you dress them up like cartoon characters so they can act however they want? Why did Mickey just slap me on the tush? Is that weird? Say attaboy?
Yeah.
We're not even playing a game. I'm not even in a uniform. That's so weird.
Exactly. Stay away from people in costumes. That's all bad.
Especially the dogs, basically.
The dogs.
Stay away from dogs. Yeah.
Exactly. No Pluto, no Goofy, none of those. Stay away from them.
You know why Mickey dumped Minnie?
No, I don't.
Because she was goofy.
Oh God.
True.
Oh,
Facts.
no.
Straight up, legs behind her head, everything. Damn it, Daisy.
Oh no.
Yeah. She didn't have a daisy though. It was more like tulips.
Oh, that's not good.
A year where we're looking for the victims of human trafficking, those that are forced to participate, those that are made to participate, those that are treated inhumanely. We had 213 arrests, as I said previously. In addition to the human trafficking arrest, the prostitution arrest, we had drugs, we had guns, we had prostitution, we had Johns. Across the spectrum of
sounds like a party
charges, we had those. 111 were prostitutes, 89 were Johns. There were 24 victims that I want to show you here that we suspect are victims of human trafficking. That's why they're blanked out. Now, we suspect this, and all of these are being counseled with at this time. What I'm excited to announce to you today, this is the most we've identified at the initial stage of the investigation or operation. As you know, the human trafficking victim is a very difficult victim to work with because they're scared. They're certainly more scared of their pimp, of their trafficker, than they are of law enforcement. But this time, these ladies and their team of counselors did and continue to do remarkable work. They'll talk more about that later. But if you look, we've got a color code here. because of our human trafficking victims, 14 of these females are illegally in this country. Did you hear that?
Did you hear what
Did
I
you hear
said?
clearly what I said? 14
Mm.
of them are here illegally in the country. To me, the bombshell is 13 of them are Cuban, one is Mexican. All of them came to us through the southern border.
Wow.
So I want you to focus for just a second as I speak, that we hear the political 30-second bites about, oh, the border's porous. No, it's not. The border is secure. No, it's not.
Nope.
There's
It's
really
not.
not a crisis at the border. Yes, there's a crisis at the border. Wake up.
Just
Mhm.
not
Somebody in
Christ. There's a
Washington with more than
Jesus.
5 brain cells needs to listen to this. Well, maybe ask
Really,
them to have
Grady?
5 brain cells too many. Let's shoot for 3 brain cells. But the reality is,
Doesn't even
this
shoot
is
for the
what
moon.
we found.
Right.
These ladies all arrived within the last 2 years. The majority of them arrived within the last 6 months. Some of them arrived in the last 2 weeks. And just how did they get here? And what was told to us? That they were paying off their transportation debt, that they were being smuggled into the United States to
Mm.
have sex, that their family at home
Doesn't
was
Biden just let them
being
in?
threatened
Do they
if
know that?
they didn't come here and do.
What's that?
Doesn't Biden just let them in? What do they know that they don't have to be trafficked? Like Biden's letting everyone in, isn't he? Trump's the one that closes the gates. Biden knows.
Wow.
Like, why are these people trafficking themselves still in 2023? It's like free to come in here, and they're not even checking your ID or anything.
You know, I came across a YouTube channel a little while back that was they're doing like I guess like awareness of people that are coming across the border like that.
Right.
And you know, they're actually like having them like they all meet in the middle of the square there, and the guy will come out and he'll be like, "Okay, well, today we can take this many."
Wow. Really?
And they're like reading off a list of names, and if your name is on that list, you get in the van and they drive you across the border.
Damn, it's like you pass go.
Yeah. But they have people like by the hundreds that are camped out there with their babies and everything waiting to see
Sure
if
they
their
do.
name can get on the list for them to be able to get across.
Haha, you made the list.
Yeah, I don't know what the
Perfect.
requirements are to make the list, but
It's crazy.
the
There's
guy
a list.
will he'll come out there. It'll be like in the middle of the night that they do this. The guy will come out there and he has a clipboard with a list and he starts naming off names.
Lucille Ball, are you here? See?
Yeah, if their name gets called, then they get to grab their backpacks and whatever and hop aboard the bus, and they get them across.
Lucille Ball. Could you imagine? Oh, yes, that's me.
Yeah. So I don't know what their requirements are. I don't know if that's some kind of trafficking thing or if it's a legal thing they're doing or what.
They're
Just-
probably like those predator poachers or whatever they're called.
It just kind of seemed weird to me. I was like, that's just kind of weird. I didn't know that was the way it worked with getting across the border. I thought there was like
Weird.
paperwork and stuff like that you had to do.
It depends. Yeah, you got to fill out a check.
I
or
guess,
something.
but I
I
mean,
don't know, something like that.
I thought you had to go like to their like consulate or whatever and fill out paperwork and do all kinds
Yeah,
of stuff.
none of this is legal, right? That they're doing this. It's all sex trafficking. Yeah, basically.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
What? Don't wonder no more. Got you.
Wow.
Got you.
That's horrible.
Yeah, they're not doing a school program.
No, definitely not.
You hear what I said?
Definitely not. I mean, and you see it too all the time. There's videos out there where people will just, I guess, they'll be trying to like smuggle people in, and then they'll just friggin' ditch the kids. I saw a video not too long ago where they just kind of tossed these 2 little kids over the border, and then the adults took off running back. They're like, "No, we're not going. Just chunk our kids over there." So that's why they have so many kids at
Yeah,
the
I've seen them
border
drop
that-
them over the 12-foot wall. They drop the
Yeah.
kids, like they hang down and then they'll drop them like only 6
Yeah.
feet. And they think it's justified. They're like, I ain't jumping. That's too long. That's too big.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen it.
They send the kids walking over by themselves.
Right. I got taken one time I went to Mexico one time, TJ, and I left from Animale. It's like right by the border, and it's like they'll hold your face back and pour alcohol down your throat if you're white, and then they say you owe $300 for everybody else that took shots, and you're like, I didn't point to anybody, but why do I have to pay for these people anyway? Just so you guys know, there's a tradition. It's weird. It's not about the whole alcohol thing. It's if you're white over there, they're gonna definitely take your shoes before you leave, because I didn't leave with shoes either. That 3-year-old that was selling Chick-fil-A got him. I felt really bad for him. They didn't steal him. I just gave him to him. I felt real
Right.
bad. Yeah, Chick-fil-A.
Wow.
I got the pink ones for the leather shoes.
Stuff
Wish there
is so
was
sad.
well orchestrated program to save these children and adults are yeah. You know what? We're working on trying to figure something out. I mean, the FBI has the best gist of what to look at, or GBI or TBI. They have the best knowledge base on trafficking, I think. Over the police, actually. I don't know. I don't know who takes over the trafficking, FBI or whoever.
I think they're doing a lot. They're making a lot of arrests and a lot of people that are recovered, but it happens so much. It's just like with the drug trafficking. How do you really get a control on it whenever it's this massive scale of crime that's going on? I think that's where the problem comes in at, is that for every 25 or 30 they rescue, there's another 25 or 30 that are just waiting to step up and take that spot.
Do what they were supposed to and pay off the debts. Did you hear that? So it's not enough that we've got illegal entries. Forget the illegal entries for a moment that are coming here to work, to do good, to do better for their family. What everyone's ignoring is the traffickers in fentanyl that are killing thousands upon thousands upon thousands of our people every day. The traffickers of methamphetamine that are all coming across that border with the traffickers of fentanyl. That these human traffickers are forcing ladies across this border to commit sex so they can indenture them. And yet we don't do what we need to do. I suggest to you that what we are doing with the immigration issue today is simply this. It's like you go home this evening and, oh my gosh, a pipe is broken and I've got water all over the floor. Well, the federal government's got water all over the floor and they're in there trying to mop it up. At least they say they are. But at the same time, the pipe's still pumping more water onto the floor. The first thing you do when you go home this evening and you find a pipe is broken and you've got water on the floor is you go find the source and turn the valve off.
Hey, Raven,
and then you mop
stop
up
it.
and you fix
The voice isn't off.
But we don't.
It's fine.
So these ladies are being forced.
By the way,
border.
Godzilla.
They're being threatened to kill their families back at home. At the end of the day, some of them say, well, it's also a quick avenue for cash. I'm here illegally. I can't speak English. What these ladies have discovered, and they're going to give you the details, is most of the time when we arrest what I call a professional prostitute, she's angry, she's mad, she lashes out. What we saw with these human trafficking victims is they're scared, they're dejected, they're depressed.
Sad.
The Cubans said they came here through Nicaragua. They had to make their way through Honduras, Guatemala, all the way through Mexico to the United States border. So how do you traverse all of that area? Coyotes, smugglers, they identify them and say, here, you're coming, we'll get you there, and you're paying. And these ladies were paying a ridiculous, horrible price.
Wow.
$150,000 a year, or $150 billion a year
We
industry.
arrested
Mhm.
also 4
Wow.
previous
Yeah.
prostitutes that we'd arrested before in previous operations, and 1 John. One arrest was not enough for him here or for the 4 ladies, and we arrested them again. So some of these pictures are up here for a second time. 2 of our Johns showed up with concealed firearms.
Yeah, right there, Hellcat.
22 of these folks were on public
sure.
assistance.
Who-
You know what I think about that.
I have no
We
idea
all
what's
work.
going on.
We pay our taxes. We expect public assistance to go to those who are very old, very young, that are significantly in need and can't care for themselves.
You do your work, mods. I
But
don't
they're
want to touch it.
healthy enough
Here's what you need to do.
while you're paying taxes and they're getting your tax money that they can come here and prostitute or seek out prostitutes. That's right. 22 of them were on public assistance. 54 were arrested with some form of drug charges. We filed over 100 drug charges. But I would be incomplete if I didn't introduce you to what I call a few of our people.
Picture
This
time.
color of these work
Thank you, Mike.
histories and jobs and professional positions are always interesting. And where would we be with a human trafficking operation without an elected official?
Uh,
That's right. This guy comes
Elected
from
official.
the San Diego area of California.
Really?
He
You put
was
him in my area?
supposedly here
Uh-oh.
helping his mom and dad. And hey, he had a little few minutes. So he decided he would come here and engage in sex. He solicited sex for $200.
Oh,
He's on the
Lord.
governing board of the Del Mar Union Public School District.
Pass go for
Now,
200.
don't you want
Oh, wow.
this guy making decisions for your children?
No.
Oh, he's educated. He's got a PhD from the University of Southern California.
Wow.
He's married. He's married. I don't know what his wife thinks about this, or if she doesn't know about it. It'd be a good time to watch
probably
social
doesn't
media
know.
or her local news station.
But she
Will
knows now,
provide it to
though.
him in Southern California. He's also a molecular biologist. You know, most of us can't even say molecular biologist, and he
Right.
is one. He's retired
What is that anyway?
currently. At one time,
Right?
he owned a massage
I have no
studio.
idea.
He doesn't own that
Well,
anymore.
they work with
Sounds-
molecules. probably.
Today, he's
Sounds
got a
fancy.
new title, Jailbird in Polk County.
There you go. Polk County
This guy knows
Jailbird.
better.
I think they
He's
named
supposed to
the
be a leader
marijuana
in
at those
the community.
dispensaries. I'm not sure.
He's an elected official.
Oh, possibly.
He's making decisions
Totally not.
for our children, and he's out soliciting prostitutes. Then there's
That is true, Lexi.
Christopher Patassi
Sadly,
from Lakeland.
they are the last to
He's a
know most
registered
of the
sex
time.
offender, but he's not originally from Lakeland. No, he's from Massachusetts, and they were kind
Oh.
enough to send him to us. He has arrest from
Send him right on over,
1993,
huh?
1995, 1997, 2000, and 2006 in California, in Massachusetts, for what? Sex offender charges. And he has a sex
Good
offender
Lord.
status. He is arrested currently for prostitution. He's unemployed, but we are doing background investigations with hopes that we can charge him with other appropriate charges because he has a sex offender status. That investigation is ongoing. Then there's Jessica Nichols
Uh-oh.
from Spring Hill. She came to offer sex, $350
Yeah, she
for
looks-
an hour, and she denied she was there for that. She said, "Oh, I sell drugs now. I don't
Oh,
prostitute anymore." She showed up with a trafficking amount of fentanyl,
oh, wow.
Kill-
She's a
had
killer now, is what she meant.
meth,
She
and
kills people.
cocaine that she
Yeah.
was in possession of and ready to sell.
So now she's escalated. To,
She's
wow.
unbelievable. She's
Trying
by
to get
the
that
way,
retirement plan.
Also doesn't pay her traffic
Yeah, that's not a
citations
good-
because
that's
she's
not a good plan.
Had an outstanding warrant from Pasco County for a traffic infraction. Sheriff Naco, we got one of you ladies here. We're going to send her back to you, but she's not supposed to be driving. Then there's Jessica Burgess. She's from Clearwater. She's a convenience store clerk.
Wow.
Okay, what's so exciting about that?
Wow.
She looks mean.
She was released from the Florida State Prison from she was in there on drug charges. Released from the Florida State Prison on February the 7th. So how did she celebrate being released from state prison? Getting arrested on February the 11th. 4 days later,
She only had 4 days.
she's got
Jeez.
arrested
take
for
long.
prostitution, and she's in possession of what? Illegal drugs, like got her locked up.
Whoa.
Do you think she learned her lesson? I think not. We'll give her another opportunity to go to prison based on her meth arrest.
Apparently she didn't
But
learn the
here's a
first
clear
time.
indication, folks.
Send her back.
We think these folks are low-level, nonviolent offenders, and just given the right environment, they will correct their ways. Took her 4 days to get arrested.
Oh, 4 days.
Then there's Jermichael Bradley. He's
Oh,
from
another
Tampa.
one.
He brought his girlfriend. She's the human trafficking victim. He was in
Wow.
possession of a firearm. Did I mention he was a convicted felon? Did I mention the firearm that he was in possession of as a convicted felon was stolen? You'd think that's a newsflash, but it's not. We arrest people every day. The Florida legislature, and yes, the federal government needs to pass legislation that says, hey, on minimum mandatories for firearms, you have to serve 100% of your sentence. And if the prosecutor does not bring this charge to court, he needs to say in writing why he's letting a felon with a firearm not be prosecuted. Well, by the way, they also brought an 8-month-old baby with him. That got him a contributing charge. So he's pimping his girlfriend. He's bringing his 8-month-old baby. He's got a concealed firearm.
Jesus.
And he's on public assistance. If wonders will never cease. He said he is a chef at Three Brothers. I don't think Three Brothers wants him cooking anymore. Just saying.
Yeah. Pretty sure they don't.
And then there's Zune Show.
No.
Zune Show is from Riverview. He is a
Show.
software engineer for FICO. That's right, the credit report people. He's been there 28 years. He's married. Did you hear what I said? He's married. His wife was out of the country and he said he was lonely. He also admitted as he goes to USF football games to look at the girls. He might as well. There's not much football being played over there right now. So we arrested him. So while most people go to watch a football game, he goes to watch the girls. And he said it. He actually admitted it. And then there's Bailey Purcell from Temple Terrace. He's a wide receiver for the USF football team. While Zune is not watching him play football, he's watching the girls. And this guy is no longer a wide receiver because he's been caught.
Wow.
You almost want to feel sorry for him. He's a kid.
Not really.
He said, can you call my pastor? But whatever you do, don't call my parents. Tells me he's got some really good parents at home. I believe they will correct his mistake between the parents and the pastor and the
They
court.
should.
But he was soliciting a prostitute. And then there's Zachary Wright. He's a software engineer. He's currently unemployed. He said he's glad he's not working. It would not look
Why do they all
good
look
to
the
his
same?
boss that he was
They
arrested.
really do.
And he said, oh, by the way, I've got
They all look
family.
like Koberger.
My family's real good
Right.
friends with the police chief in Plant City. My dad's a lawyer and is good friends with the police chief in Plant City. And they said, well, what's his name? He goes, I don't know, but they're really good friends if that makes any difference. Well, I don't think the police chief's going to bond you out. That's the most difference it could make.
Yeah.
If you couldn't
Leon
remember your dad's
Vega.
name, not at all.
From Tampa. He works for United States Postal Service, the post office.
Oh, Lord.
When we
Wow.
called to advise them and to check to
See, this-
make sure what he was telling us was true.
They all look terrible like pedophiles anyway. They do.
And they are from like all different walks of life, like all different job ranges and
Yeah, their eyes are pretty close together, all of them. I'm gonna have to say maybe they're all like family-based, ancestral kind of. Some of them. Some of 'em- I mean,
some.
look at that guy's eyes and his I mean, he's either having a stroke in front of our eyes or like those eyebrows are just like sinking.
I don't know. Something's definitely wrong,
Yes, it's called sleeping with your sister or your mom or your uncle or whatever.
right?
Yeah, procreation
What is
with
it
the
like?
wrong
What
people.
is that like? I am my own grandpa or something like that.
Right. Uh, yeah, just keep your family to the test, I guess, is the way to do it. I don't know. That's weird.
Oh, I don't know. That's weird.
They
Yeah,
said,
real bad.
just say he works for the federal government. Okay, he works for the federal government. He's married. He said he messed up, and we were messing him up because we kept him up all night. By the time the booking and going to jail was over, he was supposed to take his kids to the zoo the next day. He was charged with deriving proceeds. You ain't gonna believe this.
Mm.
Because he brought a female to the op. Did you hear what I said? It was not his wife. So the
Oh.
dude's married. He works for the post office. Maybe he was just delivering mail. I don't know. In this case, he was delivering.
He was
female.
delivering his package.
You know, but at the end of the day,
Delivering
he brought a
feet.
girl to prostitute at the
God.
op who's not his wife.
Mm.
This guy's just a nut. And then
I
there's
love when Grady says stuff like that.
Craig Van Elson from Brandon. He's been with UPS for 28 years. He's
Oh,
married,
Lord, UPS
and
too?
he left his wife
Jeez.
so that
Look
he
at all
could
these
come
people.
over here and get
You can almost
himself
tell.
in
He looks like they
trouble.
all look like Koberger with the sunken in eyes and everything.
This operation could not have been possible without our colleagues from the police departments. I'm just telling you right now, it was a massive operation. And I've asked our chiefs if they wanted to speak, and Chief Sam Taylor said that he would speak on behalf of the police chiefs. Chief,
Mm.
come on up.
Thank you, Sheriff. The sheriff calls occasionally and wants to do these operations, and I can tell you that Lakeland Police Department will always say yes. We are proud and honored of the leadership that the sheriff shows in this regard, and he's always leading from the front. He never asks us to provide, manpower and resources that he doesn't double that typically. So, on behalf of the men and women of the Lakeland Police Department, we are grateful and honored to be asked to participate in this. And all the police chiefs up here, I think I speak on their behalf, is that this is a joint operation. This is a countywide operation, and it moves all over the county. Sometimes it's in the east side of the county, sometimes it's in Lakeland, and it gets moved all over. But these things have happened in the past. These operations have happened in the past. I anticipate they will happen in the future. Apparently, the word is not getting out, but the word needs to get out. This is not something that you want to bring to Polk County. And we're going to continue to hammer that home until the message does get out. But again, I want to thank the sheriff for his leadership and all the resources that he provides and his attention to this human trafficking issue. And that's really what it boils down to. It's not about putting these low level, as the sheriff calls them, misdemeanor crimes. These folks are dangerous. Some of these folks bring guns, and the human trafficking aspect is what's important. And that's why some of these ladies are up here, and they're going to talk to you about that in a second. And that's the gist of trying to identify and help these ladies. And that's the most important thing. So again, thank you for allowing us, Sheriff, to participate, and we will look forward to working with you in the future. So thank you.
Hello, my name is Jody Domingue. I'm the Executive Director of Anti-Trafficking for One More Child. One More Child is an organization that last year impacted over 400,000 children and families by focusing on foster children, hungry children, single moms, struggling families, and trafficked children and adults. We provide anti-trafficking services in 21 counties throughout the state of Florida, but also North Carolina and Tennessee. And we've had the opportunity of partnering with the Sheriff's Office on these operations since 2014. In this operation, we were able to meet with 86 individuals who could be current or former victims of human trafficking or sexual exploitation. And as the sheriff mentioned, many of these victims this time are from different countries, which is an extra layer of vulnerability because they do not speak our language. So we are able to meet with them and provide services immediately, Spanish-speaking services, and other translated services when necessary. And these services include advocacy, access to necessary resources, mentorship, and specialized mental health counseling. Now, not every individual of those 86 are able to be identified as a victim now or former victim, but what we do know is that nobody grows up dreaming of a life where their bodies are being sold for profit. The men and women who are walking through those doors have histories of being trafficked, abused, and exploited. And One More Child offers critical services to begin the healing process and to also provide opportunities that end the cycles of sexual exploitation. Every time the sheriff does these operations, more and more individuals are arrested, and it's honestly shocking that we're not learning what trafficking looks like in this community. And there are many myths that fuel what trafficking look like, and they take precious resources away from law enforcement agencies and also misidentify victims who are involved. Very rarely does trafficking involve kidnapping. It also rarely, almost never, involves a mom and her children being followed in a grocery store and being targeted, or cars that are marked for later victimization. It most often looks like generations of cyclical poverty and individuals who are desperate to have their needs met for survival. It also looks like people coming over the border from other countries and having additional vulnerabilities like not speaking the language, or a young daughter who's being coerced online by an older boyfriend, or may have shared a picture that unfortunately exposes too much and now she's indebted to that person. So please, we urge you, learn what these signs look like in your community. If you want information about what trafficking looks like, how to identify it, how to prevent it, how to intervene with it, please contact us at onemorechild.org. And also, if you see something suspicious within your community, please contact your local law enforcement agency. And if it's a minor, the Department of Children and Families. Sheriff Judd, Polk County Sheriff's deputies, and the various agencies here again today, we thank you so much for your partnership and continued service.
Good morning. My name is Katie Ann Parchment. I'm with Heartland for Children, and I'm also the co-chair for the Polk Highlands and Hardy Counties Human Trafficking Task Force. Through the Sheriff Department, we've had the opportunity to participate in this type of operations for over the last 10 years. And I will say this year has been such a blessing to us to be able to work up front and more closely in collaboration with law enforcement and our partner agencies to really get on the forefront and speak to the people who are being identified as victims. As the sheriff said earlier, we had over 20 women who identified as being human trafficking victims. The opportunity to be there with them and speak.
But there is so many more out there.
They are scared when they are in a country, oftentimes where they don't speak the language, where they're in a situation where law enforcement is all around them. The ability to say, I'm not law enforcement, but I'm here to help and I'm here to give you resources is comforting to those people in that moment. And so I am thankful for that collaboration that we've had. And I am also thankful for the opportunity to really help those people who are being victimized see that there's hope in life and light after being through something like this. This is trauma. And when we think about adverse childhood experiences,
extreme trauma,
and how that manifested itself in traumatic episodes as adults, then we as Heartland for Children,
thank you, Andy, for posting that.
Providers have an opportunity to really help them see that there's resources, there's people within the community, there's resources through the Department of Children and Families that are able to help them and help them get out of the life. So I will leave you with this. If you are being victimized, if you know someone who is being victimized, reach out to Heartland for Children, One More Child, Sailor Freedom, the Department of Children and Families, local law enforcement, My Voice, My Name, or My Name, My Voice, to get assistance, because there's someone out there who cares, and you're valuable and you're wanted and you're loved. So reach out for help if you are able to do so. Thank you.
It was like Ickmill.
Good morning. My name is Mary Ann Thomas. I am the founder and CEO of My Name, My Voice. We are a collective of lived experience experts who provide training from everything from HT 101 to ongoing programmatic experiences. And so I have been honored to work alongside Sheriff Judd, and I have to say, this has been an amazing experience. What I have seen in this operation is really a coming together I am thankful for all of the police departments represented. And I saw from every step of the way when people were arrested all the way through their affidavit, all the way through the book-in process, people were using, all of the detectives and officers and deputies were using trauma-informed approach and treating people with humanity. And it was a beautiful thing to see that even while they were committing heinous crimes, they were still being treated well. I have been honored to work alongside this department for quite some time now. And what I also saw is while it is shocking and a shame that there were people there who did not speak the language, there were also people every step of the way who could interact with them, who did speak the language, who were bilingual, from the sheriff's department, the police department, and the service providers, so that they were able to feel heard in that moment. And that was also what we really do need. It is a collaboration. It is a collective of voices. Not any one of us can do this work alone because it is so hard. I am thankful to be
Like
a
they
part
say,
of
it
this.
takes a
Every
village.
single time the sheriff calls, my answer is yes. And I
It'd be
thank
hard
you
to
so
deal
much
with.
for
It
caring.
would be hard to
I'd
deal
like
with.
to echo what
I
my
wouldn't be able to
friend
do it.
Jody said, that many of these people came from a life of
Me too, it would be.
exploitation, that while they were arrested on prostitution charges, and it very much looks like it is their choice, we know that it's really not their choice because of all of the trauma that happened from childhood on up. And so
Yeah.
if you are someone who I met this week that
Mm.
we talked, please reach out. You have a number that you got that night. Reach out to any of these organizations. We want to help you take that step out. Reach out to those detectives. They also want to help you take a step out of that life. Thank you.
They'll arrest you. Do you hear what I said?
Did you hear what I said? They will arrest
Are there
you,
any
but
questions?
they'll get you help too.
About the people who are profiting from this. You mentioned two guys who brought females along. Did you catch anybody who's actually organizing anything? And how important is it to do that, especially for the women who are being illegally brought in?
First off, it's very important that we catch the organizers of this, but this is like doing let me compare it to a street level drug investigation. Okay, we have caught the buyer and the seller.
Mm.
That's what we've done today.
Right.
But we know
Yep.
the buyer and the seller is only the beginning of the chain. It's not the end of the chain. Now, the follow-up investigation from this point forward is, where did this person come from and where did that person come from and who made all this available and where did they intercept these girls? And then it takes us across the borders. And that's where it gets really, really difficult.
Through Facebook,
Because
right?
this stuff is being allowed.
Is that where they're doing it? Through Facebook and stuff like that? Instagram, Facebook?
A lot of it, yes.
What's Snapchat? Those things?
A lot of it.
Disgusting.
And that's where
Our kids are?
when you see that a lot of times with kids that go missing.
Yep.
Oh, they were talking to some unknown person they met online.
For what reason?
That's
Don't they have enough friends at school?
I
Right?
know.
What are they getting promised? You got to spy on your kids, people.
There's one right now that is out of Muncie, Indiana. She's been missing since August. She's 15 years old. She was talking to an unknown man on the internet. I don't know what app in particular she was using, but he picks her up from school at the end of the school day and takes off with her. She's not been seen or heard from since. They believe she's somewhere in, I believe they said Cartersville, Georgia. But at this point, they're not 100% sure she could be anywhere. Her name is Haley Cummings. She's 15 years old, out of Muncie, Indiana.
I remember talking about that with you, I think.
Yeah, a lot of people are getting it confused because there is also another little girl, same name, different spelling, that was 5 years old when she went missing from Florida. But she went missing back in 2009, and she is believed that her father killed her and they cannot find her body. So that's totally different situation, same name, different spelling. But yes, this girl's 15 years old and she's originally from Muncie, Indiana. And she's been gone since August. And the only thing they know is that she was communicating with an unknown man that she was talking to over the internet.
Right. Gross. Should be funding
So-
for create a wide range of organizations across the country. We need it bad. Yeah. Way behind there. We're stuck there. Okay, let me move up to newer
Exactly.
comments.
Well, we need to. I mean, there is a lot of different organizations out there that do, help people and resources for trafficking and things, but there's not the awareness of them. So it's
Yeah.
like, what is the point in having all these organizations if people don't even know they exist?
Hey, you be happy your kids are grown. Maybe make sure they know exactly how to talk to the kids. Make them watch this kind of stuff, Plant Diva.
Right?
Stick them in front of a Grady Judd one time, and you'll be good. Make your job easy. Yeah.
Exactly. You have to.
Yep.
You have to. There, and there's, resources out there to help you have those conversations if you need it. There's, the different websites that Andy and Jess were posting. They
Very
have
important.
they have links and stuff in there that will help you to have that conversation.
Very important. Getting out to, like, not only just relationships, but out of trafficking situations, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
it's definitely something that's very important. It's a sad thing that we have to have those conversations with our kids, but that's the way it is.
You know what? It's not actually as bad as you think, because I talk to my kids about this stuff all the time, whether it's trafficking, fentanyl, whatever.
Right.
Yeah. My kids are 16
Yeah.
and 13. Talk to them like adults.
You have to.
Yep.
You have to. And that's one thing about it is because kids understand things way on a different level than we think they do. Just because we look at our kids and we still see that little bitty baby that's running around with a sippy cup, that's not the case.
I see a 6'3" baby right in front of me when I see my kid, and then I see
Yeah.
one that's gonna be 6'3" soon. Like, it's not. I look up to one of them already. It's like, how do I discipline him? You don't hit me. I'm gonna ground you right now. Don't hurt me.
Right.
Don't eat me either.
Don't make me stand on a chair to whoop your butt.
Right. I will kick you butt eventually.
So,
Sleep when you sleep or something.
as soon as you come over here close to this chair, I'm gonna swat you.
Yep, smacked.
Exactly. You're gonna be in trouble.
Big time. Question: do you think we can call this task force and ask them if people across the country? Yeah, give me a number. I'll call them. Call Monday. Or on this channel, we'll call Monday afternoon or whatever when they're open.
Yeah,
Brady is the best.
we could definitely do that.
Yeah, fair is fair.
Yep. Grady is awesome. He does a lot of really good work.
I heard what you said.
He needs to start teaching a class to other law enforcement.
Oh, they're gonna clone Grady before he dies. They're gonna make an AI and clone him. He'll be fine. Grady
they
lives forever.
should.
They will. They probably already have a clone of him. He's
I'm just
probably
saying,
not-
if that's entirely possible, he should sign up for that.
he totally belongs.
I mean, he's the only sheriff I know that they've made a bobblehead out of. They totally have Sheriff Grady bobbleheads.
Do they?
Yeah.
Hmm.
They have Sheriff Grady bobbleheads. They have like merch with shirts and all kind of stuff.
Hmm.
It's pretty interesting.
Bobbleheads.
We need a Sheriff Grady bobblehead. That's what we need.
Encouraged, because hey, you can come to the United States and they're going to open the border, and well, I don't have the money to get there. I have a solution for you. So a lot of these people are naive. A lot of them are just trying to get to the land of milk and honey, and as a result, they're being trafficked. And then they get here and find out that it's not just that you pay and go. Now you've got to work it off. And when is it worked off? When do you pay? When's enough enough? And wait a minute, I thought I was going to get a legal job here. No, you're going to prostitute here.
Mhm.
So there's a lot of investigation to do, and it's not over. This is simply the beginning for those folks, because you're exactly right. The goal is, how high up can we get in the organization? And that investigation is still to be done.
Yeah.
How do the different departments, become alerted to these? I guess
people seeking prostitution or vice versa? Is it like just random traffic stuff, or did they create an online presence? Sure, it's social media, it's online. Listen, folks, it's no, earth-shaking statement here. The whole
Right.
world's on social media. This whole operation was built around social media. I mean, think about it. We set up shop at an undisclosed location and go out on social media.
Or you're
and 200
undisclosed.
people show
Son
up.
of a gun.
How does that happen? Well, it does.
Well, you disclosed it.
This doesn't count all of the phone calls that these police agencies staff or the interactions online these police agency staff members got that said, Polk County, I'm not coming to Polk County. This is the ones that did. I'm telling you, normally it's for every one we catch, there's 5 or 10 that don't show when they GPS it and find out that it's in the county. So at the end of the day, it took a lot of work by a lot of people, but we stood up an undercover operation, if you will, a business, and they came, and they keep coming. And I can tell you, despite all this media today, we could still be running this operation and arrest them tonight because
Still
they're
probably
tone
are.
deaf.
Oh
They don't
yeah.
pay any attention to the law, and until we hold them accountable. So when you think about it, we call it what, 5 for a second trip here? Well, that's not too bad, but the fishing still is good. But we will continue on, and my message is clear. We don't make it a secret. If we didn't get you in this operation, we'll get you in the next operation, because if
Oh,
you
yeah.
come in this county and mess with these police departments or the sheriff's office, and you
Grady
don't
ain't
think you're not
having
going
it.
to be arrested,
See what happens.
Exactly.
you're smoking some funny weed.
Uh-oh.
Really? I'm
Yeah,
coming
yeah.
to Florida then, Grady. Sorry.
Smoking the funny
God bless
weed.
you all.
We're
See you
used to
soon.
the
Thanks
stranger.
for coming today.
Ow!
You be smoking the funny weeds, he said.
He's schmuckering. He said schmuckering. It's like schmuckers.
Right?
Yeah. Well, Grady's always the bomb. I think it's very informative, and
Always.
we can have fun with Grady, but it's such a serious, it's so serious. I mean, it's just crazy.
It is.
Even just like I said, we need to take care of all groups of people, indigenous people, whoever we're dealing with, right? We decided to take this step. We got to move forward on it. So we got to figure out how to do it.
We do.
Yeah.
We
get a
definitely
hold
have
of
to do that. We're gonna figure out what we need to do to make it happen.
We just got to contact the office for Jess. Start there.
Yep. I've got the number written down, and
Monday, we'll do it on the show Monday. Monday. This just in. We'll be calling somewhere on Monday. Indigenous House or something. I don't know if that exists. Does it say the Indigenous House? I don't think so.
I don't know.
Next
don't know what
11.
I don't want the numbers too. I just wrote it down, but I'll figure it out.
It's in hieroglyphics. It's fine. We'll figure it out.
It's fine.
Oh, look, Jess made it easy for us. She put in what they called numerics.
Yeah.
Probably would have been easier
yeah,
than just write it out, right?
Yeah. I wrote down the number, but I don't know who that number goes to, but we'll figure it out.
Well, you're going to get me in the Cold Case
Oh.
Foundation. Don't worry. Maybe Ed Wallish might be joining us, or Coop might be joining us.
Okay. One More Child Task Force. Thank you, Jess.
Nice.
Thank you, Jess. Thank you for that. But definitely look them up too, and the other ones, and see what kind of information is out there. Maybe we can put together, if nothing else, just a short video on some, trafficking awareness, what type things to look for, and what to do, and that kind of thing.
Let me know when you do that. I'll share it out.
Definitely will.
Make sure it doesn't violate any policies on YouTube, because they will take your channel for stuff like that if you don't do it properly.
Yeah. That's what I have to.
You got to be careful.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll coach you the best I can. Like, maybe we should just do live streams and talk about it. Be easier.
Yeah, we could do that.
Play
too.
stuff over the phone instead of having people watch. Yeah.
Yeah.
We can do it still. We just have to be cautious about it, right?
Right. Definitely. We'll definitely make sure we get it done the right way, because we don't want to be breaking no rules. We want to make sure that we can still get the information out there, though. So
Yes.
that'll definitely work.
Yes.
Right,
Yes.
Guys, thank y'all for being here.
Hey
I
guys, I'm going to set
appreciate
something up
y'all.
for like 40 minutes, 30 minutes out. Just 30 minutes. I'll probably start at like 5:45 Pacific time. Is that enough time for you, Crime?
Oh,
I only
that's
have
fine.
we have a very short show, the first one, and then should be off the hook tonight if Candace comes on again. Candace Cooley may be coming back on, or I have another idea for a really good show. So like either way, we're having killer shows tonight. Both of us are going to do 2 shows today. This is her first little show. Here we call it a quickie. Her quickie to you guys.
Right?
Yeah, you guys just got the quickie.
Yeah, you did.
Mine's going to be even quicker, believe me.
All right.
Believe that. Yeah. I'll see you guys in like
All
30
right.
minutes or so.
See you guys in a little bit. Thank you for being here.